trading, give him a call. We've said this before, but it's never too early to start thinking about your retirement.
Never.
Never. Never, never, never.
Never.
Well, on line two, we have someone that doesn't think about his retirement, could care less. He's from a third world nation where their slogan is, huh? Yeah, where the pavement ends and dirt begins. Now we're not talking about Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, or Saudi Arabia. We're talking about Silver Springs, Nevada. It's Aaron. Hey, Aaron, what's up?
Hey, before
Did you corral all the chickens?
Monsanto section today, the chickens, hey, you know what? They laid eggs for me this morning. I'm getting ready to cook a couple fresh eggs here with some potatoes.
Oh, but yum.
I want to know if anybody knows who made this statement here. No bank is too big to fail, and no person is too big to jail. Anybody know who made that statement?
Roosevelt?
Hillary Clinton tweeted that about 2 weeks ago. And just another question out there for Radio Land. Didn't they throw Martha Stewart in jail for lying to the FBI? I could be wrong about that.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I'm not real sure. Yeah.
Securities Commission, yeah.
You know, we got a little, everybody knows I'm on this herbicide, pesticide issue. There's a little controversy going on right here at home in the Reno area. Last Thursday, NDOT had a couple trucks out there, and one of the trucks said, "Caution, wet paint." However, the lead vehicle, you could see a big cloud of mist coming out, and it was not paint. There was an arm going across into the thing. There were some kind of pesticide, or not pesticide. I don't know if it was a pesticide or herbicide. Nobody has confirmed anything yet. The gal from the Department of Agriculture, the PIO, or for NDOT, Meg Raganese, said the spraying truck is a multi-use vehicle, and the warning sign was erroneous. She also said that anybody working for NDOT that does do any kind of applications with herbicide or pesticides or anything like that has gone through the Department of Agriculture's application courses, and they're well trained in that. But what Sandy Raleigh was reporting, and she actually posted some video up, there was a large cloud, and my concern would be they're right next to the river, and of course we don't know what they were spraying, but the odor was out there, and perhaps there was no advisory given because NDOT, and again this is just my opinion, no advisory given because NDOT knew the people and the residents of the area with their farm animals and their crops and everything would have pitched a fit because of wind drift and stuff like that. And of course, you're right next to the river, and that's not something we want in the Truckee River. I don't care what it is.
You don't know what the
any
toxic
kind of poison in the Truckee River.
You don't know what they were even spraying, though. You don't know what it was.
I think that was their weed abatement.
The weed abatement?
Weed abatement and the...
I think you're right, Dennis. It is some kind of weed abatement because they were... The arm, in the video I saw, the arm went into the dirt area off the road. It wasn't... They weren't spraying anything on the road. Mm-hmm. What they are spraying, though, nobody knows. So maybe they'll find out later today. Sandy Raleigh filed some complaints with the Department of Agriculture, and I'm sure something's going to come out of there, and we'll find out. But speaking of blows and herbicides, Monsanto was dealt a serious blow. They, of course, over in the European Union have been trying to get 15-year approval for their glyphosate, a new permit over there. But the European Union said no, 18 months, and our scientists are going to do some studies, not yours. We're not going to listen to your science anymore.
Yay!
So the tide is starting to change on this, and more people are starting to come out and say, hey, wait a minute, what's really going on here? And it's like I said, Monsanto and their, what I call the Monsanto propaganda machine, they continually say correlation is not causation. And, for the most part, that's true. However, when you see a spike in certain health issues, at the same time, glyphosate gets entered into the food supply, it may not be causation, but the correlation is there with these health issues. And they keep wanting to mask this. They keep wanting to lie about what it is. And again, 866-772-3843. Get on the phone today, ladies and gentlemen. Call your senator and tell them to vote no on S-764. This is the new Debbie Stabenow and Mr. Roberts out of Kansas food labeling bill. It's a QR code. There's not a food label. This is not food labeling, and the only product that has to be labeled under this bill is the salmon that hasn't been put in the food supply yet. So it's a very big controversy there, and of course, the newest person that has come into surface is Senator Kelly Ayotte out of New Hampshire, I believe she is. $10,000 in what I call Monsanto political influence contributions, because it is not a campaign contribution. Monsanto doesn't give you money unless you do their bidding, and it's that simple. And it's time to kind of, the people need to go to the polls. They need to vote. They need to start being vocal about what their elected officials are doing. It's just gotten so out of hand. It's insane. And back to Hillary for just a minute. You're going to love this. There's a poll running around. Who would you like to see elected president?
Reagan.
None of the above has more votes than Hillary Clinton. So,
well, you know,
and of course,
it's funny you kind of mentioned that because
Don't doubt that.
don't doubt that at all. Because now they're saying, well, they're not going to prosecute her.
Yeah.
And it's funny that Clinton, her husband, went and spoke to the judge.
Well, the Attorney General.
the
yeah.
Attorney General and stuff like
Attorney
that.
General, yeah.
So now it just says,
Yeah.
okay, she was extremely careless, but not criminal. So she used bad judgment. If you were in the private sector, you'd be canned. You'd be looking for another.
Well, she's not Secretary of State anymore.
No,
so.
she's not. But I mean, still, it's like she's kind of.
You know what?
She's iffy.
Let me see here. Cromley, Mr. Cromley from the FBI also admitted that anyone else caught in a similar situation and circumstances would most likely be punished to the full extent of the law. That came out of his mouth. The guy that said we're not going to recommend prosecution. Whether that means the Attorney General won't prosecute or not is altogether another matter. But we already know what's going to happen. She went and met with Billy. And you know what? I don't know what was said on the airplane. None of us do that. But that did, man, you talk about suspect. What's that one gal, Greta Van Struisen or Struisen?
Yeah,
She flipped the biscuit on that one.
Real quickly.
A scathing commentary on she put out over that issue there. But you said real quickly, it must be time to get down the road here.
Yep, we need to get rolling.
Okay. Hey, 775-230-9915. If you want to see more of that information on what's going on here in Reno with the spraying, we'll have some stuff posted on the website, Sandy Rally on G+, folks, www.alladayllc.com. It is gorgeous outside already, folks. It's going to be a great day. Let's have a good time. Let's all be safe out there.
All righty. That's Aaron from the third world country of Silver Springs, Nevada. Oh, good comments there, huh?
Yeah, he right on today. Sometimes
and quite honestly, I think none of the above would get more votes than any of the two probable
I know. It's like here we got
candidates.
Trump. That's his business practices are coming out.
Yeah.
You know, his casinos are multiple run-ins with state rules.
Well, and he's in North Carolina right now talking about jobs leaving the textile industries and stuff. He has his suits made in Mexico and his ties made in Turkey, and
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't. He shops everything out. When he built Trump Plaza, he brought in Polish workers. I mean, because they work cheaper than American workers. I think both of them. You know, you put both of them together, and you still don't have half a good candidate.
No, you got a crook and a crook.
A crook and a crook, and it's just if there was anyone out there that was viable, and if there was actually a chance of a third party this time, this would be the time.
I'm hoping Romney comes out of it.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
He didn't do it last time.
I know, but I'm hoping he comes out this time for the convention or something.
Really?
I'm just my thoughts. I mean, he would be the best person for the job. You know, you can't say he's a crook. Maybe he's a little bit elitist.
See, I'd rather see a Kasich. someone that hasn't ran before, that has good relationships with unions, but he's a Republican, and plus it's
You're a
Ohio.
union boy.
Well, I am a union boy, but it's also a good Well, that's another political story.
We almost got it.
Someday you ask me why I'm not a Republican anymore.
Well, it's like I'm not a Republican because my dad was a Republican, so I became a Democrat.
Democrat.
But now it's like I don't want to be anything. I want to be libertarian.
Yeah.
I want everybody to just do what they do and just leave me
alone. I know. And I think the older you get, the more you feel that way.
Yeah, it's like you do what you do and
Leave my Social Security alone. Don't mess with my retirement trust. Don't change that. I worked and planned my whole life for this retirement.